And that is what we call technical difficulties. Probably wouldn't have technical difficulties if I had better equipment, but instead, you're gonna be seeing Mario Maker! Yay! I didn't have enough money for the equipment anyway. I'll get it for Christmas. No, hopefully, maybe. Maybe you'll have to live with it forever. Careening, well, at least you can see now. Flatium Circus Maximus is a circus. Well, I get it because it has the balloons. I'll throw in. Oh, by the way, this little background actually changes depending on which world you're in. So you can watch what it's doing. This creature floats effortlessly through the air using gas-filled balloons. Both his appearance and his nature are antagonistic. That's not good. And it is the only variant of its species in this ecosystem. I think it blew up all of those picnic carrots with 2 bombs. Oh yeah, right. It is the only variant of its species in this ecosystem. It may be best to consider the possibility that somehow wandered into this ecosystem from an entire. Oh well, no, that's the 3rd bomb. That ought to clear them out though. Wandered into this ecosystem from an entirely alien one. Oh my goodness, it came from a different ecosystem. Positive proof does not exist at this point. Oh well, there's no evidence. Alright, I'll stop. But that is how the creature is currently classified. So, your possibility is how the creature is currently classified. And the lighting's wrong again. Oh, I get it. The lighting's adjusting to... oh, there. Better. Hopefully it will stay that way. But I think it's already changed back, so... we'll now see what this thing does, although I believe that unless Pikmin latch onto it, it won't do its attack, so we'll see. Yeah, I guess see they're just going away over time. That's what they do. Fiery Dweevil, Mandachinonepolinus. Member of the Dweevil family are known for carrying objects of astounding size on their backs, then mimicking them. The Fiery Dweevil is one species in this family. Generally, this is a very gentle insect that feeds on grass nectars, but when faced with damage, the Fiery Dweevil ignites flammable internal gases, juts out his jaw, and spawns scorching flames all over its body. Not just the jaw, because that would be silly. Let's see, maybe he will. As this clearly makes it a rather dangerous insect, it is best not to linger directly in front of it, despite the fact that you have to bother it before you do it. Just don't linger in front of it. Ooh, the anode Dweevil, electricity. Mandaracanafotica, Dweevil family. Members of the Dweevil family are known for carrying objects of astounding size on the... wait, we already read this. Anode Dweevil is one species in this family. I bet all the Dweevils start like that. They seem to have no particular preference for which objects they carry on their backs, as they will carry anything they can lift. They boast an internal organ that generates electricity charges when the anode Dweevil releases it when it senses danger. Yeah, this one senses danger. Oh wait, I didn't throw Pikmin, but same as always, it won't attack, so never mind. We'll just watch this one. That's all it does. Wait, does a new one not spawn? Cause that would be hilarious. I think the new one not spawning. I think it's just gone now. Cause it just self-destructs. Volatile Dweevil. The Volatile Dweevil is one member of an insect family, known for mimicking objects by carrying them on their backs. The Dweevil family exhibits a most unusual characteristics whereby the creature's behavioral patterns actually change based on the object the creature carries on its back. Volatile Dweevils has one of the most potent attacks of all species within the Dweevil family, due to its habit of carrying explosive devices, cloaked with caution and slash or body armor. You know, you don't have to be cautious if you have body armor. It's just explosives. You know. The yelly Wollywog. Unfortunately, we can still see his attack, but the Pikmin characters won't, like, stay in the water. Unfortunately. Because they're usually found in water, and it's going to spawn them in water. So you can't watch them attack while I talk and be boring. So, sorry. But, yeah, as I was saying, the backgrounds of the places where the enemies are actually do change. Like watch. Going to area selection. Right now we're in the perplexing pool. If we go here, now go back to the Picklepedia. And we go back to the Wollywog. See, we are in the snowy area. And apparently, this time he spawns without water. Even though there is actually water in this area. So there you go. Now I can watch him attack. This magnificent specimen has the brightest gold coloration and the greatest number of lateral spots of any member of the Amphituber family. This species seems to have lost some swimming proficiency with the evolutionary adaptation that granted its greater jumping and is not attacking anymore. We can't. Now will be perfect time for you to jump. Alright, its greater jumping ability. That thingy. Devastating. Really annoying, mostly, but also devastating. Wait. This species seems to blah blah blah. The Amphituber inhabit the anti-tuber. Inhabits aquatic shallows and shows an instinctive drive to jump upon and squash smaller creatures. Why? I don't know. Any benefit? No, it just has the instinct to jump on smaller creatures. That's a good instinct to have, guys. You guys should all go and jump on other smaller creatures right away. Yeah, I know there's water here in this stage, so I don't know why they're showing the window. The Wollywog Amphigoras albino. It's an albino. I don't know why. It's believed that the juvenile Wollywogs were once carried by underground current into caverns, where they thrived in the dark habitat. This species of Wollywogs coloration results from genetics, generations of cave dwelling and lack of sunlight. Comparative the different sizes between the size and shape of the Wollywog and other species are thought to be the result of natural selection network, choosing traits better suited to life in a subterranean environment. Ah, the Wogpole. Same family, and whatever. Also, so apparently, I mean, I'm not sure, like, do tadpoles have different, because Wogpoles are the babies of Wollywogs, so do tadpoles have different scientific names than like, frogs? I just want to know. Someone, like, comment that. The Wollywog spawns in early spring, laying its eggs on low-hanging tree branches and shrubs growing in or near lakes and ponds. Such unorthodox amphibious behavior is a defense mechanism in protecting the eggs from predation by blue Pikmin and water jumpers. Oh, by blue Pikmin. They're actually scared of blue Pikmin. The Wollywog's wild hopping near the shoreline in early spring is thought to be a method of driving predators away from the Wollywog eggs. Ooh, yes. Violet Candy Pop blood. Flora Punincius. Candy Pop family. Research on our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candy pop buds in subterranean regions. Considering the microecologies this planet has been found in, one could summarize that it could be found in any cavern regardless of geographic region. That really needs to be highlighted, guys. Number one, who actually goes through and reads this besides me? Number two, I'm pretty sure they could figure that out, and I don't think you need to highlight that. Is it highlighted because it has actual effect on the game? I don't know. And of course, log poles have to be in water. Luckily, if they're not, they just jump around. So yeah. So yes, you cannot actually throw them. They will actually break if they go into it. See, or bounce off. So you cannot actually get it to make purple Pikmin on screen, unfortunately. So I'm not even going to bother throwing for the white one. Has confirmed the presence of candy pops and blah blah highlight. Tossing Pikmin into this far results in the release of purple Pikmin, but apparently not Pikmin carrots. Seeds. Regardless of the color of the Pikmin tossed in, this variety of candy pop contains robustly odoriferous oils. If candy pop flowers could be cultivated, there's no doubt that these plants would offer multi-factored benefits to cosmetic, medical, and tourist industries. Because, you know, they're a company. Ivory candy pop bud. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candy pop buds in subterranean regions. Considering, oh come on, same thing. Tossing Pikmin produce white Pikmin seeds, regardless of the color of the Pikmin tossed in. In many cases, plants with small leaves typically have limited photosynthetic capabilities, and thus must find alternate means of obtaining nutrients, with parasitic and predatory behavior being most common. The candy pop could be considered one such example. Oh, parasitic and predatory behavior. Let's throw Pikmin into these things. Genius idea. I mean, Elmore clearly knows that it's parasitic and predatory. Throwing Pikmin into it. Good idea. Wait. That is cool, Elmore. That thing, if it has eyes, that means it's gonna do this. Come on, miss. Maybe you'll miss one reading. Creeping Chrysanthemum. Attacks like Ravana, Chrysanthemum family. Like Pikmin, the creep. Oh, he missed. Fail! Alright, fine. The Creeping Chrysanthemum is a member of a group of creatures with ambulatory root structures. Creatures known as a mimic, but because it is actually a form of plant, this label is not entirely accurate. For unknown reasons, the Creeping Chrysanthemum's mimicry does not fool Pikmin, perhaps because they share similar heritage. It relies on preying upon other creatures to provide sustenance, so it has no need of leaves for photosynthesis. Generally speaking, the role of plants within an ecosystem is as a producer series, and thus plants are generally found at the bottom of the food pyramid. However, on this breakdown, the line between producer plants and consumer plants is blurred. Even though they're really easy to defeat, so basically they're failures. Yeah. These guys, you cannot shoot them down. Don't even try. Even though I'm obviously trying, they just teleport away. Sometimes my carrots are having no effect. They just go right through them. But once they reach the end of their line, they'll always teleport away. So you can watch them teleport if you want. I'm not going to bother reading the... Alright, fine. Nectara fatus. Huh. I didn't even know that it was... I just thought it was going to be hard to pronounce. This floating life form drifts effortlessly on the winds. Upon death, its physical structure immediately collapses. And as the creature is particularly elusive and difficult to catch, no sample specimens have been acquired as of yet. If we could simply recover a live sample, research of the species would likely proceed more smoothly. Because the Pikmin always kill it on like one hit because they're fragile. And now, so yeah, these won't affect. They grow really fast right now. You can watch them change color if you really want to. Ampos Nutrio! Pellet weed. They're weeds. In the stem of the pellet posy, one can observe the muscle fiber unique to half-plant, half-animal species such as the Pikmin and candy pop flowers. So the pellet posy is a species that can be considered a close relative, although these guys are relative. So the Pikmin are juicing their relatives. Well, I guess the candy pop buds are eating the Pikmin. If the predatory thing was true, but Although the ability to crystallize nectar is unique to a small group of the pelletweed family, the fact that these plants reach maturity so quickly and that the pellets contain such high concentrations of the natural nutrients in the soil explains why the Pikmin and so many of the other indigenous species are so reliant on these pellets for substance. Alright, I believe I will, since all the bosses we have are the water wraith, I believe we're going to try to finish this off and then end the video. Common glowcap. Oh, so there's a not common glowcap? I don't think I've ever seen one. Well, we'll see. Light emitted from the mushroom, from this rare mushroom is neither a reflection. Rare. It only happens in like almost every cave. Where does it? Can't remember. It's neither a reflection nor a release of stored light. It grows not only on decomposing trees, but also on soil and rocks. This mushroom's fungal filaments are capable of stabilizing and concentrating pure Hoctadium-111. It is none other than the Hoctadium-111. Hoctadium-111. Someone named it after the planet because they're selfish. Approaching the point of critical mass that causes the glowcap's blue luminescence. I really wish these things were shorter. Makes them a pain to read through. Clover. Oh my goodness, I didn't lose any Pikmin to this. Who would have thunk it? Clover, Quadratus infectum. Quatrius infectum. Neutralized species. These plants are extremely persistent, and with the assistance of a symbiotic fungus that grows on its roots, this species is able to survive even in drought conditions. Typically, its leaves come in groupings of 3, but intense impact on the leafing stem early in the development cycle can result in an extremely rare 4-leaf cluster. I wonder if that's how it actually happens. Also, treasure value, none. Except for the fact that there's a treasure, which is a 4-leaf clover, and technically they're discussing that in here. So technically, that is technically worth money. Technically, well, technically that's a science project. You'll see. Taraxacum believed that this plant produces tough seeds with a parachute-like arm. Allows the seeds to ride gently in the wind. This increases the distribution range of the plant considerably. Oh, short one, finally. Horsetail! I wonder if the variety of horsetail is prevalent in regions with low nutrition content in the soil. Unlike most other plants, this particular species propagates itself through the release of spores. Oh. I believe horsetail keeps out, like, the fungus network or whatever. Margaret! Luminous Croceus. This plant's delicate yellow flowers often inspire wave and nostalgia, giving a bittersweet feeling to any who gaze upon them. Or fear, because these are the flowers, if you notice. These flowers are the flowers that the creepy chrysanthemum is mimicking. See? That. So, yeah. Just wanted to point that out. They actually have actual flowers. An actual entry in the actual Picklepedia. Fiddlehead, Violent Orchis, Fern family. At first glance, this plant is resemblant to the spring used in the ship's sublight engine. Many of its most primitive features, primitive characteristics. Hey, maybe that's what the winged Pikmin are pulling in Pikmin 3. Spoilers! Oopsies. This is a walkthrough. I guess it's really not surprising. Many of its most primitive characteristics remain intact, including its habit of spreading through the dispersal of spores. Shoot! It's just unknown family. Young shoot of some kind, but what kind of tree species does it belong to? What shape will it take when it matures and grows to full height? Unfortunately, we are only able to obtain information from our portable scanners on a select few of the countless number of species we've encountered. But even if our expedition yields only brief observations on the life we encounter, it will still provide a better understanding of this bizarre planet. even though scientists are discussing the names of bulborbs, even though Alwar's the first to be here and then just came back, but without even being able to see his family. I don't know how this works. That's the water wraith. That's how he looks when he falls down. This is me throwing Pikmin carrots. Great. He looks sort of interesting, I guess. Amphibian sapiens. Sapiens, the scientific name for humans is Homo sapiens. So, yeah, they're sapiens. All that is known about this creature stems from a few sightings deep underground. All reported sightings feature the same core set of details. A giant fish's form with a clear hazy sheen, not unlike hard candy. Candy! One theory. A game theory. You know, it's a theory in a game. I'm gonna have to put a link to their channel in the description again, aren't I? Holds that it may be the ectoplasmic incarnation of a kind of psychic phenomenon. But as is usually the case with such theories, such game theories, it is very difficult to prove. All witnesses report being suddenly overcome with fear upon sighting the creature. Yeah, Nintendo probably knew that this guy was gonna be scary. If they said being suddenly overcome with fear. Probably. Approaching a state of panic and near insanity. Great. Predicting. In fact, every report contains an inordinate amount of extremely vague details, which has led to suspicions that exhaustion and fear have caused some simple natural phenomenon to be viewed as a living creature. Alright, come next time for treasures.